Meeting each other's families felt like a natural next step, though the thought of it made me slightly nervous. My family had always been my rock. My father and two older sisters were the anchors that kept me grounded. They'd supported me through every challenge, celebrated every triumph, and held me accountable when I needed it. To introduce Ethan to them meant allowing him into an intimate part of my world. When I told my father about Ethan, his reaction was measured, as always.
Bring him by for dinner,
He said, his tone calm but curious.
we'll see what he's made of.
My sisters, on the other hand, were far less subtle.
We can't wait to meet him.
Julie exclaimed,
Is he as charming as you say?
added Elena with a sly smile. The night of the dinner, Ethan arrived right on time, a bouquet of lilies in one hand and a bottle of wine in the other. His thoughtfulness didn't go unnoticed, and my father's approving nod gave me a quiet sense of relief. Over the course of the evening, Ethan navigated every question and teasing remark with ease. My father's reserved demeanor began to thaw, and by dessert, he and Ethan were deep in conversation about the intricacies of home repair. After the meal, as we sat on the porch sipping coffee, my father turned to me and said,
He's a good man, Samantha. Hold on to him.
Those words meant the world to me. My father's approval was not easily earned, and his blessing felt like a validation of everything Ethan and I had been building together. Meeting Ethan's family was an entirely different experience. They were warm and welcoming, their home filled with laughter and the scent of freshly baked bread. Ethan's mother, a lively woman with a knack for storytelling, embraced me as if I were already part of the family. His younger brother, Jake, was full of energy, regaling us with tales of his latest adventures. At one point during the visit, Ethan's mother pulled me aside.
He's had his share of heartbreak, you know,
She said softly.
but I've never seen him as happy as he is with you.
Her words left me both touched and humbled. Knowing that I had brought such joy to Ethan's life made me even more determined to nurture our relationship. The holidays were the ultimate test, a whirlwind of gatherings and traditions that left little room for rest. Balancing the expectations of two families was no small feat, but Ethan and I approached it as a team. We spent Christmas Eve with his family, joining them in their tradition of singing carols around the piano. On Christmas morning, we drove to my father's house, where my sisters and I prepared a feast that left everyone in a food-induced stupor. Amid the chaos, there were moments of quiet that I cherished. Watching Ethan laugh with my sisters, seeing my father's face light up as Ethan helped him string lights on the porch. These were the moments that reminded me of why family mattered so much. They were the threads that wove our lives together, creating a tapestry of connection and belonging. Of course, there were challenges. Coordinating schedules, managing expectations, and navigating the occasional misunderstanding required patience and effort. But through it all, Ethan and I learned to lean on each other, to communicate openly and honestly. Each hurdle we overcame felt like a small victory, a testament to the strength of our partnership. As the holiday season came to an end, I found myself reflecting on how far we'd come. Introducing Ethan to my family and becoming part of his had deepened our bond in ways I hadn't anticipated. It wasn't just about gaining their approval, it was about building a life that encompassed all the people we held dear. Sitting beside Ethan on New Year's Eve, watching the fireworks light up the sky, I felt a profound sense of gratitude. The path we were on wasn't always easy, but it was ours. And as the clock struck midnight, I made a silent promise to myself to continue nurturing the love and connection that had brought us to this moment, one step at a time.